Up first, it's the battle of the Yellow Jackets as quarterback Lincoln Joy takes the snap, fakes the handoff, and drops in a beautiful pass to Cooper Martin. Williamstown up 19-0 in the second. Moorefield here trying to get something going, but the ball hits the turf, and that's big number 55, Will Seitz, who comes up with it, setting Williamstown up with some great field position. That turnover lead to this easy touchdown run in by senior Cooper Billingsley as he waltzes into the end zone untouched, putting the Jackets of Williamstown up 26. Williamstown threatening once again, and Joy connects with Martin in the end zone for a second time. These two each had big days on offense. Williamstown will go on to win 47-21. They will play Wheeling Central Catholic at home this Friday at 4 o'clock.